Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all here. Thanks for joining me. I am excited to share with you all the information and details and just the general excitement about our Costa Rica retreat. We haven't recorded in, recorded, I'm looking at the word record. We haven't hosted in Costa Rica before. So this is a really exciting trip for us to be taking, and consider this much more in par with our yoga retreats. So I'm going to share with you my screen, and then I have a bunch of questions that some of you have submitted ahead, so I want to make sure to get to those. But let me share with you my screen. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Okay, so let's go here to our slideshow. It's loading. Okay. So this is where we are headed. This is Dominical in Costa Rica. It's south. If you look at a map and you're on San Jose and you go west toward the ocean to the Pacific Ocean and south. So what you're looking at right here is the Manuel Antonio National Park. And if you look further down the coastline, that's where we're going to be. That's Dominical. So this is a very rugged and, in my mind, a wild and amazing side of Costa Rica. It's away from the tourist sites, and it's away from the ATVs. Of course, you can do these things here, but this is part of Costa Rica that hasn't been touched. So it's extremely beautiful, and beautiful to visit, as all of Costa Rica is. Um, move this down. Um, this again just is some photos here that I've taken. So the far left side, that is going to be our yoga shala. This is what they call the House of Masters. And it is a wooden yoga shala that's in the jungle. It's surrounded 360 degrees by the jungle. And so this is where we will be having our yoga practices daily, as well as some of our evening meditation classes, pranayama, as well as some movement here. So that is the House of Masters there on stilts. The woman up above, she's at the waterfall that is actually on the property of Imaloa. So I'll get to all these things. I just wanted to kind of give you some visual here. And the beach down below, that is the beach that we are going to be visiting. So again, like I said, this is not your typical Costa Rica that you've probably seen of a million Marriotts all over the place. This is a very beautiful and untouched part of Costa Rica. So why should you join this retreat? Besides coming to go to beautiful Costa Rica, a lot of times people come to us because they don't have the time. Their life is too busy, and you don't even have the time to slow down anymore, and let alone to make this special time for yourself. So these are people that tend to come with us on trips. You want to discover new possibilities for your life or your business. And sometimes we do need to retreat away from the day-to-day to be able to allow for room for new things to come into our lives. You've experienced a major life transition like divorce or a death of a loved one. And this is a great time for you to step away and heal. Heal yourself through nurturing practices, amazing and nurturing views, jungles and oceans, as well as some therapeutic things like yoga, restorative practices. And of course, there's massages and treatments that can also help to that, but also the food too. You know, you're being cared for. This is a time for you to step away and really nurture yourself and let us take care of you too. You want to experience Costa Rica, but you don't really want to go to the resorts. And I am with you on that. I've done the resorts in Costa Rica and they are amazing, but this is something different. This is a special place for us to go away and utilize the energy and the vibrancy of Costa Rica to heal us, to nurture us, to take care, as opposed to going to a place just to vacation and to get away. And you can do that another time, but this would be a very different type of visit to Costa Rica. Another option, another person that might come see us is you're seeking an individual experience, but still being immersed within a community and within nature. I pride myself on the trips that I host that we are trying to create an understanding of the places that we visit, as well as uh, creating our own community and supportive individuals that like to come. Whether you come with somebody or you come by yourself, you're all welcome. So what is Imaloa? This is where we are hosting. Imaloa is definitely, as it says, it's one of a kind. This is 20 acres that is just for us. It's a private campus only for our retreat group. You won't see anybody else here. That means that you have access to all of the private waterfalls, walkways, pathways, anything that you want to experience here is going to be at your fingertips. Imaloa specializes in what they believe are wellness and human transformation. So this is a campus that you have a staff that is there to help you in any way that they can. Extremely attentive, very kind, caring people, including myself, that are here just to make sure from touchdown to the time you leave that you are completely immersed in this amazing experience. So what is included in our 6-day retreat? So you have 5 nights, 6 days here at Imaloa. Accommodations and meals are all included. I tried to make the pricing so that everything is included. There's nothing for you to think about. All of the meals are going to be prepared for us. Snacks, teas, coffee, fruit trays, these things are put out throughout the day. There are 3 full meals, but then there are, like it says, fruit trays and things like that. Coffee, tea is sitting there for you at any given time. Our activities include our yoga practices. So that's a morning vinyasa practice with me. And I tend to take those about an hour and a half classes. If we have more time, we have more time, and those are fun to play around with. As well as you get access to the 20 acres of Imaloa. We are going to also, I've arranged for a waterfall excursion. So there's one of the largest waterfalls in Costa Rica, just right nearby. So we're going to be going to do that one day. I also have somebody coming to do a sound healing ceremony up in, you saw the House of Masters, a big shala on stilts. And that is going to be our evening, one of our evenings. We have an amazing experience for us all just to come, and it's a musical array of all these instruments it guides you through, almost feels like you've been taken through a story in the musical instruments. I put beach days on here because for sure we're going to the beach. I mean, you have to, it's Costa Rica, you got to go to the beach. But I put a little S in there, beach days possible, because you are allowed to go at any time you want to go. If you want to go to the beach every day, awesome. We have cars there that are included in your stay that can take you any day, anytime you like. So as well as with all the accommodations, all the meals, any transportation that you need whatsoever is also there for you. The surfing is an additional cost, but it can be arranged. And again, that'll just be at that beach there. And people come to Playa Linda for the surfing. So this is definitely a great place to surf, whether you're new at it, want to try it. It also includes all of our evening restorative practices. So we will be having some form of a restorative practice in the evenings, whether that is just pranayama or meditation, maybe gentle yoga practice, restorative yoga, all these things just to kind of end cap our day together. So, for example, this is just a basic itinerary of day 1. When you arrive, all you need to do, again, included in your fare, is a private plane taking all of us from San Jose to Dominical. And this can be done by car, but it's a 4-hour drive. So what Imaloa has done is has a private airplane that they all take us in. I will forewarn you, it's a smaller plane. A shuttle can be arranged, but just know that you will have a few hours in the car. But again, from touchdown to the time you leave, we've taken care of everything. All you have to do is just get to San Jose. We will get you from the regional airport, which is just within walking distance, and then we will take you from there. We're going to have the planes ready. We're going to have the shuttles ready. We're going to have the food ready. We've got it all taken care of. So on day 1, when you do arrive, this is just basically explaining to you, you're going to need to walk your way over to the regional airport. All of this information is shared with you. We've got somebody there at the airport directing you the way, so it's as easy as possible. Once we get to Dominical, We have, again, those private transportation that takes us to our campus. And once you see it, you are going to not want to leave, I promise you. The view there on the right-hand side, the picture there is the view from the top of Imaloa. So it is a gorgeous vista. This is where our saltwater pools are. And it's these trees, if you imagine at nighttime, are just covered in toucans that are just bouncing around. It's an incredible place. So I can't wait to share it with you. Daily itinerary. This is, again, just going over basically the mornings start with the vinyasa practice in the House of Masters. And then we have our meals throughout the day. You fill the day how you like, whether it's on any of those included excursions, or if you just want to sit and rest and read, find one of the many spots there is to rest at Imaloa, you can do that. Or add in optional massages. Now, the massages and treatments are not included in your rate, but you can be easily added onto your bill. Definitely recommend the sunset gazing too. So after our yoga practice or before, kind of depends on the day, we'll make sure to get up there for the sunset. It's quite spectacular. Accommodations. So what you're seeing here is one of the pictures of the Bali houses. And there is actually one Bali house left. We've already sold one of the Bali homes, but it's a beautiful shot. So there is one, like I said, one Bali home left. And these ones are a lot more money because they are technically a whole house that you're getting. And these are 170-year-old Bali homes that have been taken down from Java and shipped over to Costa Rica and rebuilt, like post by post. It's open air and it's set out by itself. So you wouldn't have to be worrying again about anybody wandering into your house. But there is no AC units, and that's for most of the places on the property. You don't need it. I was there in April at the same time we're going, and the breeze was amazing. Even in the jungle, the open air feels really great. There's fans all over the place, so you won't even miss an AC. This one though that's left over, Jogalo, does have it can take up to 2 people. So there is a price on the website for 2 people if that's something you're interested in, or just one. And this one does have rainforest views and the ocean views with a sun wraparound deck and a little private plunge pool. So it's quite luxurious if you're ready just to make that big splurge for yourself or for yourself with another person. We also have bungalows, and these are going to be closer to the common area. And that's important to note. If you have any mobility issues, this is where you would want to stay. They're close by. They're individual buildings, but as you can see, this is the bathroom, open air. There is nothing over there. There again, remember, we are on 20 acres of nobody else there. So you're just seeing and hearing the jungle. And don't worry, they don't come in. They don't come into the bathroom. You might get some, at nighttime, you get some bugs and things like that, but you have screens up too. So like it says here, no AC, but it's the fans and the screens that are protecting you at nighttime. This is where I stayed. Bungalows were amazing. I loved it. We also have geodesic domes, and these are not your just regular stand-of-the-mill domes. These are geodesic domes that are intended to be in the rainforest and are built very strong structure. They also have an AC. So if you don't have any mobility issues and an AC is something you have to travel with, this is where you would want to stay. We've set up the geodesic domes to be 1 to 3 person capacity. And they can be set up that way. So king beds, twin beds, whichever type of room you pick. So each geodesic dome has its own wraparound deck. It's just like the bungalows, it's just in a dome shape. You have your own bathrooms, everything. So nothing is shared. It's all for the individual bungalows or the domes. Just a little side note, these ones, the geodesic domes, have crystals that have been buried underneath them, and that's to help you rest well at night. So during our stay at Imaloa, we have Daniel, who is in charge of his staff, to make a week for us of vegan cuisine. I'm a meat eater. I eat eggs almost every day. I love to have chicken and fish and sometimes beef. So I was a little nervous about this vegan cuisine, and I have to tell you, I completely agree with them. It was spectacular. And the difference is that, for one, as you can see, it looks like a piece of art. Every single meal that Daniel and his team make are lovingly prepared, all with local organic foods. It's basically farm to table. So they are getting it from the local farmers and putting it on your plate. It is amazing food. It's also based on Ayurvedic dieting, if you're familiar with that. And Daniel has made a way that he incorporates the four senses into each dish, which I didn't understand this in the beginning. But what happens is you feel very nourished and satiated because all of these four types of, the salty, the sweets, the sours, the spices, all that has been combined in a balanced, beautiful way that you feel have had enough food. I promise you there is plenty. Even if you feel like you're still hungry, they will just keep bringing you more food. So um, it's a great time to try vegan cuisine. Really help to nourish the body, get you feeling absolutely amazing inside and then outside as well by the time you leave. With this being said, it's good to note that this is a dry campus. So it means that you're not going to see any bars. You're not going to see anybody serving margaritas or anything like that. And again, this is a great opportunity for us to step away from alcohol and explore, mocktails and getting really creative with those things of something that just makes more of a special ritual for a drink, if that's something you need. But maybe you don't need alcohol. Maybe you want to try just a week away of not drinking, or maybe you don't drink already and you want to go to a retreat that supports that you don't have to worry about alcohol being there. This is, again, another great thing that Imaloa has done, where it's intended to invite you and show you some other ways, some things that you may not have thought about being possible in your life, including alcohol, and just seeing its relationship within your life. So know that that's going to be supported on this retreat. We have incorporated day excursions, kind of like I said. This is this beautiful mermaid here. She is actually at the waterfall we're hoping to visit close by our property. And it's up for debate right now if we can hike there or if we will just take the vans, or both. You might want to just be taken to the waterfalls, and that's okay. You might be the person who likes to go for a hike, and we're going to work our way into finding that hike. So like I said before, it includes all these activities that we've got set up for you, as well as a few additional ones. So we've got the sound bowl singing experience. We've got the beach days, plural, possibly, the waterfall excursion. We have lots of pathways to walk. And from those people that have already signed up for the retreat, I know this is something that they really want to be doing, is going for those daily walks and seeing the jungle. And this is a great place to do that. There's also a saltwater pool, as I showed you in the beginning, has that gorgeous vista that is there for you to lounge around at any time you like. As well as on the property, there is Marundwa. Marundwa is the private waterfall that has been blessed and is, again, same things, has a lot of crystals buried around it. And we can tell you more about the power of Marundwa when we get there, but a fantastic place for us to do some meditation. If you decide that you'd like to travel down there on your own time, that's also it's a very sacred and beautiful place that we will share with you on the property. As I said, Imaloa believes that they have set up a center for transformation. So this is an invitation to you, and it can be any type of retreat that you want, but know that it's being supported, that you are going with the mindset that you are ready to give back to yourself, and whatever transforms and comes out of that is all the more better. It's an amazing experience. As I said before too, this is our House of Masters. This is where we will be doing our practices of yoga in all their various forms. So it's a beautiful place, all wood. Just some more pictures of our place. So here on the left-hand side, this is what they call the heart of Imaloa. And the heart is where we have our meals together. There's also, you can kind of see in the corners, is some lounge chairs. On the other side, the left side where you can't see, are hanging hammocks and rests for you to take up. But this is really where we all come together. This is the gathering spot. And this is where we will take all of our meals together. And on the right-hand side, again, is just another example of Daniel's amazing artwork of his meals. They're spectacular. We've kind of gone over this. The included services, we didn't go over this part though. As I was saying, there is one round trip private plane from San Jose to Dominical. And it's up to you if this is something you do not want to do. The van support is an option, but it is at your own cost. The airplane is what is wrapped into our rates. The transportation all through the week, as I said, from the Dominical airport to Imiloa, anytime you need to leave, any place you need to go, all the transportation is included. The entrance fees, if there's anything applicable, as I said, we're going to the waterfalls, that would also be included. But what is not included, of course, are the surfing lessons or any spa services that you decide to sign up for during your stay, the international airfare, any taxes, porters, baggage, stuff like that. And if you miss your flight, that also means that you're responsible for your transportation. So don't miss your flight. The last thing I put on there was travel insurance. You want to make sure on this trip that you do have traveler's insurance. This is going to protect you from any of those domestic or international flights that you've missed. Maybe your luggage gets lost. You don't have to buy the super expensive one, but I would say it's a good idea. The grounds on Imiloa, you're in the jungle, so there can be some slippery surfaces. We're at beaches. If you're going to be surfing, it's better to be just safe than sorry on this one. I don't normally tell people that, but I think it's just a good idea to grab traveler's insurance. Oh, here on the left is our beautiful saltwater pool. So this is, if you were looking outside of the pool, we would see the beautiful vista. So this is also a building where we're going to have some evening meditation classes, but the pool is there for anyone to be using. And up there on the top corner, that's one of those floating hammocks. That was one of my most favorite spots to sit. You're basically looking out onto the whole jungle from those spots. So it's quite spectacular. The bottom corner is just another vantage point of the heart of Imiloa, where I was saying we will be meeting for all of our nourishing, delicious meals. So what is the cost? Registration closes March 21st. That's the last time that you can register for this. So you have time, but I will say we are limited in spots. As of right now, we have 10 spots. That's it. So the pricing is set per person when you're looking at the WeTravel site for bookings, but all that is required at booking is the $400 deposit. You can start off with that. Payments will start. You can do the monthly payments, quarterly, however you need. They're set up to auto renew every month, but if you wanted to pay the full amount, you can do that too and get your airplane miles. We do have one, as I said, the Jogolo Bali home that is still available. We have bungalows that can be set up for 1 to 2 people. Our preference is to find you a roommate if you would like to come in as a shared person, and we will do our best to accommodate you with a roommate. You won't be in your room very much. I think you're going to find that you want to be somewhere out on the campus. It's so amazing, and you'll find all these little nooks and spots that you want to hang out and rest or read or lay out. And you want to have those. You just need your room to sleep in. We also have the geodesic domes, and those you'll see those on the website are set up for 2 persons or 3. And again, we're limited in how many of those we have too. So if you're thinking about this trip, really consider putting your deposit down very soon. So you're in. That's good. What's the next step? Of course, I want you to sign up, flowyogaadventures.com. That's where you're going to find the link and pick the Costa Rica trip. Only the deposit is due at your booking, and the monthly payments start almost immediately because we are 6 months away from the trip right now. Monthly payments are offered, but you're welcome to, like I said, you can do the full amount or email me and message me if there's any other issues. You'd rather have it set up in 2 payments or 3, I can make that for you. 2 months out, I need to have your flight information. And again, I'll talk about this in a second, but you're going to want to get your flights soon too. 1 month out is when we send the packing list, but I can tell you right now, it's bring flip-flops, shoes, bathing suit, lounging clothes, a set of something for yoga, and sleeping wear. That's it. That's all you'd need to bring. No restaurants. We're not going out anywhere fancy. This is all at our campus. So you really don't need to bring anything. Oh, and a hat. I would bring a hat, that's for sure. 2 weeks out, we send you our itinerary just so that you can get a little bit more excited about kind of how every single day will be looking. Flight information, this is set on when you do book, you will get all this information sent to you. But because we have our own private plane, you're going to want to arrive into San Jose Airport in Costa Rica by 1 p.m. So this, for some of you that are coming from different states, you might actually be better for you to fly in the day before. And you can do that easily. We have listed on here, the Hampton Inn is across the street, and they do have that free shuttle that will take you straight to the domestic flight terminal. So if you have that flexibility, maybe look into that when you're searching up flights. And you're going to want to arrive by 1 p.m. because, like I said, we're going to need to go through customs. You're arriving, you need your passport. You're going to need to arrive and grab your things, and we'll meet you outside and walk you 10 minutes down to the domestic terminal. Our flight, we want you to arrive at the domestic terminal by 3 p.m. on the 20th. And this will give us enough time for them to check our passports again, and then we will board our private plane. So it's just a 10-minute walk. So again, that's why you only need to bring a few things, because you don't want to have to wheel it too far. The departure, we are going to all be departing as a group from Imaloa at 10 a.m. and this will get us to the landing strip and arrive back at San Jose Airport by 11:30 a.m. So you could book anything after 11:30 a.m. for us to get you back to your home. What else? Questions, of course, email me. There's an email link on our website, flowyogaadventures.com, or just shoot me an email at hello@flowyogaadventures.com. I want to make sure I get to all of the questions that were submitted before. I'm going to turn this sharing off. Okay. Hi, Julia. Nice to see you. If there are any questions that you have specifically for me, go ahead and just send them in the chat box there. And I'll just start to go through some of the questions you guys have submitted to me. So first question, do I need traveler's insurance? Like I said, I would definitely recommend it. I don't typically say that everybody needs traveler's insurance, but I think we're starting to get to where flights have, if you've experienced this, flights have been delayed lately. So if you miss a connection, this would cover you. You don't need to get the most expensive traveler's insurance, but it's just a good thing to have. If they lose your luggage and you're without stuff and we have to run you to the store in Dominical, you would want that to be reimbursed to you. So keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be super expensive. I've gotten mine through Travelers Nomad, and it was, I think, maybe $70 or $80. So it's something to consider. And another question, does Southwest fly there? Yes. Southwest depends on which state you're at, but they do fly from Colorado. I know a lot of you are coming from Colorado. So they do travel from Denver to San Jose. It's not direct, but it's on there. If you tried to look for flights today, they're not on there yet. Southwest goes 6 months in advance. So the 20th hasn't happened yet of this month. So as of October 20th, you might be able to see flying at that time on Southwest. When I last looked from Denver to San Jose, I think it was maybe an 8-hour flight. So that means it does have a stopover. It's you won't find a direct flight from Denver. LA, absolutely. You got nonstops coming in and out all the time. But other places, if you're probably gonna have to go through Houston. When do I need to book airfare? This is something, because we are going to a tropical location, I would suggest doing sooner than later. Prices are already starting to go up because April is going to be around spring break time. So in my crystal ball, if I had one, I would say that the prices will probably just go up. They may not go down. So if you've booked this trip, I would immediately start looking at booking your airfare too. Can I come solo? Yes, absolutely. We love, and we do have a few people that are coming that are already solo. We have a few couples, but we also have some solos. So like I said, the rooms can be, you can book it as shared. Just let me know if you need a roommate. I eat meat. Will I be hungry? I don't think so. I think you're going to feel and be amazed by vegan food. If I could cook like that at my house for vegan cuisine, I would be a vegan. I've tried, and it comes out looking like kale and beans, and I'm starving. So, but this is not that. I don't do a lot of yoga. Can I still come? Yes, absolutely. You can join us for every single day of yoga, only the restorative practices, only the vinyasas, once the whole week. I'm here just to help facilitate and make the trip come true that you want to have. So I invite you to everything and to explore and see which practices are best for you during your week. Um, can I go to the beach more than once? Yes, I already answered that. So you can go every single day. But we have at least one trip planned for us that we are going to be at the beach. We'll have the tents out and everything. So plan on that for sure. Anything extra we need to budget for? Yes. This is the property, like I said, is going to be run by all local, mostly local Ticos, Costa Ricans, and any tips that you would like to leave for them as an appreciation of their services is obviously accepted, and it's at your discretion. This is not required by any means, but we have our drivers, we have the concierge, we have a bunch of people, so keep in mind. Um, is there a town nearby if we need things? Yes, there's a small town in Dominical that you can, if again, like I said, if something happened to your luggage, I hope not, we could get you into town again with any of our shuttle vans and get you things that you need. So I don't foresee you needing anything, but um, that's there if you need that. Hi, Julia. Okay, how long is it to drive to the beach? The beach is only going to be, it's just coming out of the campus down the hill. So I want to say 15 minutes max. It's more of just because we're at the top, Imalo is at the very top of that mountain crest, as you saw. We need to just drive back down the campus. So I'd say max 15 minutes. Um, not a hard drive at all. It's if you've been to Costa Rica, there are some roads that are pretty dodgy, but this is not that. This is all paved roads, very nice. And Dominical is going to be, I think it's like 6 kilometers away, so 3 miles from as you come down from the campus and then drive into town. You're not going to be really in an area where you're going to want to shop. There's you get to save money that way, right? But there is Dominical is where we would be picking up and getting our surf lessons, or if there was again anything that you needed that you forgot or can't do without, so we could always take you to Dominical. Not really a place to shop or get anything, but you could pick up some souvenirs, I guess, at the San Jose airport, something like that. Pick up some coffee. Um, Okay. I don't see any other questions, and I don't think I had any more submitted to me. But if you come across after watching this and you have more questions, let me know. If I've seen your registration for this Q&A, I will be sending you tonight the replay link so you can watch this again if you like, as well as a special little code just to incentivize you. And it does expire in 10 days. So you've got 10 days to use that code. And I hope that you will consider joining me in Costa Rica so I can show you a whole other wild side of this amazing country. As well as, like we're saying, we're taking you to a place that is there to support your transformation, whether that is just by coming out of your comfort zone to a new place, uh, going to a retreat maybe is new for you, but really hoping that this is a time that you feel restored, renewed, and reconnected. So thank you for joining me on here tonight. It was great to share with you my excitement for this trip, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks.